The previous courses, the previous four, were all selected by the committee for us. Um, so yeah, which I couldn't have picked more appropriate courses. Not to detract from the other ones that I've taken because I've gleaned so much from every course, but I can understand why that quartet of courses were selected for the portfolio assessment. I appreciate the opportunity to now chat about my preferred choice. Or not, well, yeah, I guess it would be the preferred choice of all the courses that I've had. So I would have to pick Problem of Practice 1. Absolutely, hands down. Number one, Dr. Robin Elder is amazeballs. She's, again, not to detract from any of the other instructors. They are all, everyone is phenomenal. Dr. Elder really broke down Problem Practice 1. Had no idea what to expect with this course, but I was thrilled to be returning to my problem of practice. Now that I had honed in imposter phenomenon among STEM faculty at Lindenwood University, um, this course just really helped me strengthen my problem of practice and the overall intent. So the goal of this course was basically to build our IRB application. Would not have been possible without the help of not only Dr. Robin Elder, but all the instructors that I've had, because I think I touched every one of them over the course of this semester with questions. What, how to do this, how to word this, should I include this, things of that nature. So that's why I picked this course, because this one was exceptionally pivotal and essential in cementing my problem of practice, what I'm actually going to be studying with imposter phenomenon, and setting the course for that. And it was also very, very, I can't even think of how to say this, but this course allowed me to really add structure, to truncate my problem of practice and what I intend to do, and not to really go overboard with it, which I'll talk about in my next video. So with Problem of Practice 1, the objective was to build and submit my IRB application, which I was able to do successfully because of Dr. Elder's guidance, tutorials, her insights, everything that she so generously and graciously provided each week to all of us, especially during our weekly one-on-one sessions. Very, very, very insightful. So my artifact that I selected was my IRB application because I'm just going to say this. I'm so proud of myself for looking at this big chunk of imposter phenomenon, which I thought last semester I had honed down and knew exactly how I was going to be marching forward. Gosh, no, that was still like a boulder. This course allowed me to chisel away at a small piece of it and use that at my problem of practice, and not to overthink everything, just to come up with one aspect. What am I going to study? What am I going to do pre? What is my prototype going to do? And what am I going to do post? And how am I going to not approve, but how am I going to, confirm or refute my null hypothesis statements, my alternative hypothesis statements, my research questions? So everything that we have been studying since day one in 2022 regarding our problem of practice, not our emphasis courses, but problem of practice, has now come to fruition. And every one of them has just bled beautifully and seamlessly into one another. And I was able to create my application. I was able to submit it, have it come back with 2 or 3 minor changes, and send it back, have it certified and approved. And now I'm actually starting my research ahead of time. And I'm thrilled, and it's because of this IRB. So right now, at this point in time, my IRB application is the culmination of all my efforts that I've done. And I am so pleased to share this as my artifact. And this lends credible proof to how I've met the course objective, but also how I've been keeping in mind the human centricity of it, the ethics, the advocacy, the empathy, everything, all of those core equities that are part of the design thinking process, and how this has allowed me to grow over the past 2 years as a student researcher because now I understand what it takes to conduct the research. And so I have a lot more to learn, obviously, in the next 2 years, or in the next year, 2 to 3 semesters, I mean. And I have to look at, how am I going to measure that data? How am I going to interpret that data? And how am I, physically going to sit down to put all this into the dissertation? But I'm just very, very happy and pleased with this artifact, and that this is literally this is an amalgamation of everything that I've done, and I just could not be more grateful for this opportunity. So I'm pleased to present my IRB as this artifact.